Hey everybody, this is Peekaboo, and I exist again, doing videos for YouTube. It's pretty great. I took a long time off doing speedruns, as you may not or may have seen on Twitch or YouTube, and I'm still doing that once in a while. But I decided with the release of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, that I would do runs of it. I had Rebirth for, I don't know, almost a year now. I mean, it was released about a year ago and I got it a couple months later, so yeah. And I have, oops, maybe I should like actually make it my active window. I have completed Rebirth, so that's good. And I have done a little bit of runs in Afterbirth, which is, as we may know, a very good name of it. Anyway, so I'm just going to do runs. I'm going to do the dailies on YouTube. And probably stream some if anyone wants to go watch that. Twitch name is the same as here, but enough about that. Let's just get into a run. New character is Lilith, so I think we're going to do Lilith for today. She starts with her little familiar, who shoots tears instead of her, and she starts with the friend box, I think it's called, that doubles her familiars. So, if you guys don't know about this game, it's a roguelike, sort of based off Legend of Zelda. You can shoot with the arrow keys, you can move with WASD, place a bomb with E, use an item down in this corner with Q, or use your spacebar item with space, obviously. And the point is to destroy all the enemies in your basement to eventually get to and kill your own mother. Very good story. Probably wins a lot of awards. So, if you do know about this game, then you won't need to have me tell you that this is a pretty good item here. It's called the Halo. It's all stats up. But basically this game, I like to play it intelligently, but at the same time I make a lot of stupid decisions that tend to lead to me dying. So I don't exactly consider myself really good, but I'm not terrible either, so hopefully I can not lose using the new character that I've only played as a few times. So the curse rooms do damage, going in, going out, unless you can fly. And these enemies are all on fire, which is great. Unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time to, well, I guess that's fortunately for YouTube, but I haven't had a lot of time to get accustomed to all the new room layouts in Afterbirth. So there's lots of things that are probably going to hit me and make me die, but hopefully that won't happen anytime soon. So right here we have a tinted rocket, has an X on it, you can bomb it. I'm sure most people who are watching this actually know this, but I'm going to go through the I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to explain stuff as I go along if I feel they need to. I just got a trinket, passive item that I can drop if I hold left control. Hooray. This one will defuse any lit bombs. Well, except the ones that you put yourself, I would assume. But, yeah. So, hopefully I don't need to explain too much. Basically, trinket, like card or pill over here, spacebar item up there, map over that direction. And, yeah. So let's get started. We're playing as Lilith. She can't use tears herself, but she has her incubus buddy who can do that for her. New addition to Afterbirth, and I have played with her a few times, and I really like her, but it can get kind of annoying when you forget that you're shooting out of not where your actual character and hitbox are. So the enemies are going to be aiming for your body, but it's going to be your little buddy that's shooting. And my friend is asking me to do stuff, even though, well, I guess I never said I was recording, but whatever. So this is also a new boss from Afterbirth. I forget what he's called because I keep skipping the boss intro, which I really should not do. So I'm going to try not to do that so I can learn the names of the bosses. Unfortunately, I haven't really learned his... Okay, I'm back. I haven't learned that boss's pattern, so I also should have used my spacebar item, which would double my familiars, so we're going to try to remember these things. I wonder if I could... Oh wait, that one has fire, so I can literally just do this and get a key. Hooray, I'm smart. So what is in here? A donation machine. I sort of blew up my donation machine, seeing if it would go above 1,000, and it doesn't, so yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna try out this item. I've never actually used it before, but I know what it does from watching people play the game, and it seems pretty nice. It's only 2-room charge, as you can see there. Alright, there's item rooms. I should have kept my keys, but I saw 2 keys on a room, and I'm like, I gotta go there. Come on. So what is in here? Lost Contact is an okay item. I hate Curse of the Maze, as it does stuff like that. It forces me to rethink my sanity. Ow. Note, the game getting hit does not actually hurt me in real life. Alright, Mom's Key is a definite buy. I definitely want a Soul Heart to protect myself. And hopefully I don't have to explain too much more. It's mostly self-explanatory. I'll be trying to, you know, like, explain some things that I do if they may seem kind of weird. I like these new enemies. They're kind of annoying when they're just by themselves, because when they aren't by themselves, you can use them to kill other dudes, but you can't really do that since they're immune to their own explosions, which is kind of stupid, but who am I to say that this game has to make a whole bunch of sense. So here we're facing a champion Haunt, which I'm sure was everyone's absolutely worst nightmare when they first downloaded this game. Which, by the way, was about 12 hours ago as of recording here, so it's still a new game. People are still trying to figure out what exactly is happening. So this left one is an old item, so I'm going to take this. It is Succubus Damage Booster. So what is he going to do? Okay, so if I shoot through him... or if I'm touching him? Okay, let's see. It is if I am touching him, my damage is boosted, so that's cool. It's always fun to sort of try to suss out what each item does, and that is definitely a cool effect. I don't think it will be particularly useful, considering I'd have to follow his path there. But it seems like you get the boost. You can be fairly far away from him and still get the boost, so... what is happening here? This is a new type of room where you have to dodge everything and hit the button. And that will open the door. Usually they're guarded by these little shooty guys here. Sometimes they'll be shooting giant blood lasers out at you. Where am I? Did I get Curse of the Maze again? I did. So, Curse of the Maze is probably one of my least favorite curses. It's annoying and I don't like it. And I don't know why I picked you up since all you're doing is stealing my money. But yeah, Curse of the Maze has no, like, obvious... I don't want to say that. I want to say, like, it doesn't actively hurt you, it just confuses you. Which can hurt you if you make a mistake based on where you think you are in the maze, but then you end up being somewhere else. Afterbirth also introduced these L-shaped rooms, which... I don't know, I haven't really found one that I especially like. Excuse me, bum friend, I want my money. I like there are smaller rooms as well, which I haven't run into yet. And I'll obviously point one out when I get to one. But I like those more, because they seem to have a bit more of a challenge. They sometimes have some pretty tough enemies in close quarters. Well, the L-shaped room just sort of gives you a corner to look around, and I don't know. Just doesn't seem very... I mean, I like a challenge, is basically what I'm saying. I'm gonna buy a card. The Empress, it's okay. Gives me a bit of damage and speed once. And also, there's like this stupid annoying voice that's gonna... Oh, yeah, here we go. We're going to face... Pestilence in... Oh, it doubles that guy, so now I have... Okay, so this thing doubles all my familiars, which is kind of disturbing with Bum Friend here. But that's good to know. It doubles all of my familiars, all of my follower buddies. And that means that with, I guess, Succubus? What is this large shadow? Oh, that's his area of effect. I didn't see that before. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, with 2 Succubus going around the room, it will become a lot easier for me to find a place where I can indeed get my damage up. So like, if I do this, there's 2 of them going around the room. Of course, it's a big room, so it doesn't really matter. They're really far away. But see, I'm in his range, and now I'm in the other guy's range, even though I moved away. So that's cool. It seems like big rooms give me a full charge on my spacebar item. Previously, in Rebirth, they would only give 1 or +1 pip on my charge there, but now I don't know if they're giving 2 or if they're giving, like, there's 4 small rooms here, so maybe it would give 4, but my spacebar is only 2. Also, it doubled my meat cube. I don't know if you saw, but the meat cube that's circling me had a face, which means it was a level 2. So that's cool. I definitely like this, the box, the friend box. I have a feeling that it might, cause some trouble if you have a whole bunch of familiars and you're trying to get them all to shoot at a certain place, but they're not moving. But I'm sure we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I didn't really need to use my spacebar item here. Okay, Guppy's Paw. Oh yeah, the thing over here, that changes troll bombs into normal bombs. I just was confused for a second. I'm like, why did that change into a regular bomb? That was weird. But no, I see what it is. Oh, this item. I love this item. I got killed by this item, but we'll see what it does. It's a Bomberman head, so I'm sure anyone can guess what it does, but I'm going to wait until I have an appropriate time to use it. I've only gotten it once before. And it pretty much killed me right away, because, well, you'll see. It's basically hard to get away from my bomb. Alright, so here, I think I just want to buy Mom's purse to carry an extra trinket later. I can't do anything right now, but eventually I'll find another trinket that I can use. There's something in here. Oh, it's Guppy's paw. In Rebirth, trinkets would show up as a gold star on maps, as would regular items, but now in Afterbirth they show up as a silver star instead, which I like a lot more. And since I'm going to get an extra charge for my spacebar item, I'm going to use it in this room, even though I don't really need to. And I guess time to just go into the boss. So if I place down a bomb, it explodes like a Bomberman bomb. It's crazy. The first time I used it, I didn't know that troll bombs also exploded like that. So when I tried to just stay slightly away from a troll bomb, it exploded in a plus shape and killed me. Wow. That poop turned into little gishes. That's a new one. Alright, let's see if this 1x2 room will give me 2 charges on my spacebar item. I would say... I would think no, but at the same time I would think yes. Yeah, it didn't. Okay. So it's just 1, or if it's a really big room, it will give you 2. That's fair. You know, it's not super overpowered or anything, so... I like that addition. Makes it more appealing to go to big rooms if you need a charge on your spacebar item, when most people would just try to avoid them at all costs. You know, if you don't need to go through a big room, you wouldn't go through a big room. I saw a new skeleton there that explodes when he's killed. I'm like, I don't know about that guy. He's like, it's cool that he explodes, but he doesn't really prevent or present much of a challenge compared to the normal Boney. Okay, this item I believe is Deadeye? Yes, accuracy brings power. So, ow. See, I forgot. So I might be able to actually just do this, and yeah, get all of them. So that's cool. So with Deadeye, the less I miss, the more damage I do. That's going to be really hard with Lilith. I wonder if it applies to each individual guy. I couldn't really tell. But now I'm facing Krampus, and I got Dark Bum somewhere. Where did I get Dark Bum? Dark Bum, where did you come from? Where did Dark Bum come from? This buddy here. I don't know. I definitely didn't pick him up. That was my first devil deal in a while. I don't really want the pony. I don't know. I'm just happy I have him because he's a really good familiar. He will convert my red hearts into blue hearts, which I much prefer. What floor am I on? I'm on depths 2 already. As you might be able to tell, I like going fast. You know, I do speedrun video games, but there's also a reason to go fast in this game, and that's to get to boss rush. So I'm going to try to get there, but I mean, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Actually, I want to see something in that room before us. Where is... This previously would always be a magician card, and it still is a magician card. So that voice is really, really creepy. I'm not sure exactly how to turn it off, so I'll leave that to other people to figure out. Ow. Alright, what's in my item room? Celtic Cross is an old item. Will give me invincibility once in a while, which is pretty nice. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this game. I didn't get to play it too much today because I had work, but you know, I played for about 4 hours, I think, after it came out. Did a few runs, and I don't know, so I've pretty much filled out everything I need to do for Lilith, but no reason not to do it again, right? So I would like to go into the shop if possible, but I don't have a key, and I'm at the mom fight, so I'm just going to do that. I'm still wondering where and when I got Dark Bum. I will definitely go back and see. Let's see if there's anything here I want. Well, New Boss Rush is weird because it only gives you 2 items, but I think out of these 2, I want Homing Tears. Now, what I could do is this,
the Emperor,
and it disappeared, so they did fix that glitch. So you can no longer steal multiple items from Boss Rush, but obviously they can't stop me from stealing 1. So that's... it could be better, but yeah, honestly I'm glad they fixed that, because it was just sort of cheap. At least in Boss Rush, but what am I supposed to do here? So yeah, in Afterbirth they have these new holes in the ground that do damage. I haven't fallen in one yet, so I don't know exactly what it looks like. But there's a new boss that spawns holes in the ground, and I guess they just added that mechanic elsewhere. I'm also looking forward to finding all the new runes. Ooh, what are these guys? Oh, whatever they are, they hurt me. They look like beheaded... I don't have any keys, so it's not like that matters. What was I saying? They look like beheaded snakes, but more like the... Okay, I need to remember that my bombs are bad and will hurt me. But they also look like those guys that come in and out of the ground. So I'm gonna guess it's one of those, and it's just been beheaded, and somehow that's different. As you saw there, that guy was camouflaged. That's one of the new champions. A champion's just a monster with extra characteristics. Most of them have extra health compared to normal ones, but that one didn't seem like it had any extra health. But I could be underestimating my damage here. That said, the camouflage guys, they're easy to see, but like I would assume that if you weren't completely sure that they were there, like maybe you're in a big room and they came from off screen, you could very easily be surprised by one. Whoops. Sometimes my propensity to rush a bit causes me to take damage on spikes, because I just plain forget they're there. It's just me being dumb sometimes. I haven't seen many tinted rocks this this run. I found the one on like the first floor. I don't think there's been one since. But I tend to just bomb them without even thinking, so yeah. These guys will shoot, yeah, in all 4 directions. They have absolutely no need to exist. They're just... No, it's a bad idea. I mean, it's a good idea, but I hate it. And thus, it's a bad idea. I mean, you see how my logic works, right? Okay. So it's becoming very difficult for me to hit those guys because of my shielded shots, which is sort of my own fault for taking it, but you know, whatever. Loki with 2 eyes is an old boss, and he's just gonna die. No reason to really talk about it. Okay, so this the guppy item would be useful, but I can't seem to think that I have any guppy items already. If I get 3 guppy items, I turn into guppy, I can fly, and I can just completely destroy everyone. But since I don't have any and I don't know what my health looks like right now, I'm just going to skip that and go down to the next floor. So with all the new rooms, whenever I see a room like this, which existed in Rebirth, I'm just like, oh. I'm just not used to seeing it. And then here's another one. Just a room full of poops. Is he doing damage to them as he passes through? That would be interesting. Okay, so what sets these guys apart from their not decapitated friends is that they spurt blood everywhere. Which I suppose makes sense. Yeah, I think he had to have been doing damage there. So that guy does damage and increases my own damage, so that's interesting to know. Why is he not firing? I don't know. Normally he fires whenever you shoot a tier. Oh, I know why. It's because he fires whenever your character shoots a tier, not... And Lilith doesn't shoot tiers, so she is pretty much completely immune against those guys, while every other character has a huge disadvantage. Especially if they have, like, higher tier rate. That's interesting. And so yeah, shooting from the familiar is very what do you want to say? What do I want to say? It's disconcerting at first, but what the heck was I doing there? But after a while you get used to it, and I don't know, it's just, you know, it becomes second nature. You're just leading your shots a tiny bit. Now, because I have shielded tiers, I can pretty much just sit behind here and be protected from everything that Mom's Heart throws at me. Oh, this room. Oh boy, I have faced this boss once, and I had a run that was basically unlosable. So I will first answer this, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, people like to meow at me for some reason. I took the negative, or the Polaroid, sorry, so we're going to go up, and that's a new animation that I haven't noticed before. She got picked up by the beam of light there, and now the enemies are going to hurt me. You know, honestly, I should not even have gone into that room. I might die.
48-hour energy.
Yeah, it is definitely possible that I die here, considering I have almost no health, and Where did I get Little Brimstone bot from? Does Lilith's starting item randomly add familiars? Because certainly getting Little Brimstone is a huge benefit. Especially if I decide to actually use my spacebar item for once. Of course, he's about 5 familiars back, so he's not very useful. I get a luck up for some reason. Uh-oh. But yeah, I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, there we go. So I died. It was just because of bad playing and just not enough soul hearts dropping. Of course, the game teases me by dropping one right at the end, but you know, that's okay. So yeah, tell me if you enjoy this series and if I should continue and how I should improve my commentary, because I think, like, I want to assume that most people who are watching this kind of sort of know what the game is about, but I'm not sure, like, if someone doesn't, how much should I explain, or, like, should I just let people know or figure out for themselves what is happening, unless I myself, of course, find something new about the game. So tell me about that. Tell me if it sounds good, if it looks good, because I really haven't recorded in like a year, so I'm not entirely sure if I remember exactly how to set this all up and make it look good. And I suppose my next video will be the daily challenge for October 31st. Like I said, I'm going to be doing dailies on YouTube mostly, and I will also be streaming. So if you want to, follow me on Twitch, and I stream there pretty often. And by pretty often, I mean it literally just depends on my schedule. I could stream anywhere from every day in a week to 2 days at most. But I try. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully the next run goes better, especially if it's the daily. Bye!